Hello, good afternoon, everybody. I've been trying to get some things cleaned up. It's Sunday, and I've just been trying to rearrange, and I thought, I've got to get us some lunch cooked, and I don't know what we're going to have, so I decided that I would take the pork that I had put out and well, I could take this and I had soaked it yesterday, but I thought, why don't I do something with some pork? Some pork and for just today. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some of this pork off of here. Not a whole lot, because I can go ahead and even use some of this pork off, and then I can put the rest in my Instapot. But I thought, yeah, that would be good. Cut around that bone there. And that's, you can cut down. It'd be just like pork chops, basically. Feel that bone, I feel it. So then we'll cut one more off. Okay, so that's enough pork for right now. And then I made that cornbread dressing, So let me get a bowl. I'll show you what we're going to do. I've moved everything, so it's hard for me to adjust today. I'm just going to put pepper on it. Little pepper, little pepper, little pepper. Let that sit there. And I didn't have any regular salt, but my sister has given me some bottles of salt. I don't know. It smelled like it had bacon in it, but I don't know. Whoa. I don't know. Messy Billie Jean. I guess we'll find out, won't we? So we'll just kind of let that marinate in that for a minute. Get this mess. I just cleaned it up, but here he comes. He has to get this mess. Has to get this mess going. Let me get this salt up. We'll have it all over the place. Well, it's hot today. I hope y'all are doing okay. Doing okay. We seem to be. I'm just going to get a baking dish, and I'm just going to spray it with avocado oil. Before I put my pork in there, I'm just going to lay my pork down in it. Get that out of the way. Get this wiped off. Granny and I think we had a good talk yesterday. It was nice. I was glad it's kind of semi-normal back to the way it was when we started. So I'm going to take this 59-cent box of stuffing mix that I got, and it says water, da 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 da. You can put it in the microwave or whatever, but I'm doing it my way, so that's okay. But that box was 59 cents. You know, if you buy those after they got a little kind of a bad date, it's not ruined. I'm going to chop some of those green onions. Remember all that cornbread I cooked? Let's put a piece of cornbread or two in here that I've had in the refrigerator. Probably have to have a bigger bowl. But that'll just give it kind of a homey dressing like. I bet I'll have to get the bigger bowl. Lord, we're going to have the bigger bowl. So now I'll set this over here and I'm just going to chop these green onions. Chop these green onions into that. Use what we got, you know, that's what I always tell y'all. It's best that way. Now we just put our green onion in there. I had a part of that big red onion, but I thought there's no sense in doing that. Let me get a couple eggs to put in that. Just a couple of brown eggs. Or white eggs or pink eggs, whatever color eggs you have. Let me get some hot water. About a cup and a half of hot water. I broke that dish, but I didn't. I'm just going to kind of crunch this. Kind of crunch that real cornbread in with that imposter cornbread. That'll use some of that cornbread. It was good, and I usually eat it with milk, and I've done it a couple of times, but let me get some salt. I guess we'll use this bacon salt. I don't know. We're going to try it. I do not know. It may taste like bacon. Okay, I love my dressing to have sage, so I put a lot of sage in it. That's what makes a good dressing, is sage. Put a little bit of this and that in there. Okay, we got our sage, and probably the box had some spices I could see in it, so we're not going to over spice this, because if you do, then this is my way of doing this today. Tomorrow it may be totally different. I don't know. I remember as a kid, my mother and grandmother would stay up all night making biscuits and bread and cornbread, and Then the next day they'd just crumble it all up and put it in huge, huge pans of dressing. We'd have huge turkeys and hams, and not that way no more. So now I think I'm going to put just a little bit of the oil in there, my avocado oil, just to be doing it. Because it gives so many things such good flavor. I'm surprised with this avocado oil. I love it. I don't think it tastes, I think it makes everything taste somewhat better. Now see there, we've got all that dressing. Now we can put our hot water in there. Put about 1.5 cups. Because you want it. And you can add more cornbread if you want to. Let's get that. But see that dressing you buy at the store, you've got to let it rehydrate. And I knew that, so I thought, well, we'd let it rehydrate. So we'll let that set just for a little bit. Get this mess cleaned up. Yeah, I thought after Mother watched church, I thought she said she wasn't hungry, but she's never hungry. I mean, this is a quick way to have a gut sticking meal, as they say, because this will swell up and bake and be real good with that pork. Now that pork, I want to make sure that the pieces, that's one thing, are thin enough. Because if you don't cut them thin enough, they will not cook through. And you'll have raw, well maybe not raw, but you'll have tough pork. You don't want tough pork. So make sure your pieces are thin pork chop size. So that when you dip down in there, that will have cooked all the way. And I'm going to go ahead and spray some more of that oil just so that I know that it's coated well. The pan was coated well, but I want that coated well. Yeah, I'm getting hot in this kitchen, but I've been kind of hot all day. I'm having hot flashes, I guess. Having a little hot flashes. Trying to get some of those spices put up. See how that's soaking that water up? That's what you want. You want to squash it as good as you can. I mean, kinda, it's not a great ordeal. Let me get a little test spoon, just so I know if the salt is right. That's the main thing, is your salt. I'm not going to eat big enough with the raw eggs to kill anybody. Salt's right. Pepper's right. Got that squished down there. Okay, now we'll just take our bowl, our baking dish, and we're going to just spoon this on it. Spoon that on top of your pork. If you had turkey, you could do turkey, you know. This bowl is so heavy, I can't pick it up, y'all. I hurt my back yesterday. I didn't say nothing about it, but I got outside and fell over the garden hose, and I'll just have to clean that mess up. I can't lift it right now. I'm gonna get all that out of your bowl. I have to lift it. Okay. Then I'll come back and get that cleaned up. Get this cleaned up. Let me set this off. Yeah, my back, I think I pinched a nerve in it, and it's not good. It's not good, but we'll make it. We always do. I've got that cleaned up well enough that I can get this kind of, because you know I don't like messes. The gene makes enough for all of us. I don't like messes. No, I don't. I do not. All right. Now let's just put that all the way down on our meat. That's a big pan, y'all, for a few dollars. Not very much. Right now I'm going to get a piece of tin foil and put over this. Put us a piece of tin foil over it. Hold that as tight as you can on that Pyrex dish. So that'll steam in there and that'll cook that dressing. That's what you want. So let me seal. Let me put this in the oven. Let me put this in the oven. Bake it for about 375. I'm gonna do it for 25 minutes and then I'm gonna check it. I know it'll take an hour, 2 hours, I don't know. But I'm gonna cook it kind of fast, then I'm gonna cook it kind of slow. Let me check it something, I'll be right back. I think I've got some cranberry sauce already made. I did. I have some cranberry sauce that I put in the freezer. This I didn't seal a meal. I just do it this way, and it seems like it lasts just fine. Get this out of here. And I'll just lay that right there for right this second. Might ought to put it in Might have cooked it. And I don't know if this will fit better. It might. Yeah, I think it will. We'll just let that set. It even matches the colors, doesn't it? Alright. Let's see what else we're going to do. I even took a bunch of that cornbread and put it up in the freezer so that I just thawed out as I needed. Because I made that big pan. That pan was just too big. Alright, we'll just wait until that's kind of gets through cooking and I'll be back. The video cut off. I was just talking to y'all and saying how to do and hello and showing y'all how I got these carrots on sale and how I was going to got them for 99 cents a bag for these matchstick carrots, and we're going to put peas in them and corn. Well, I did all that. Put some salt and pepper and a teaspoon of cardamom and a little bit of avocado oil, and I've just been letting them cook down. Well, then when I come back in here to check them, I looked, and the video, I've had them on about a 4. The video had never even, it didn't even take. So, now you're seeing our after products of our. We're going to let them cook a little more. Now, what I came on here for was let's check our pork and dressing and see, because it's been in there about 45 minutes. So we got to check it. If you don't check it, you don't know what it's doing. So we'll just slide this off just a little bit and see. Let's see about that. We want the meat. Feels like the meat might be done. Now, see, that's still moist there on top. So what I do usually, I'm going to check that. Ooh, hot, isn't it? I just want to check that pork. See, now you see that pork. That pork is somewhere. Let's see that pork's done. See how that pork is just going to fall off the bone. That's just done as it can be. See? So kind of put that back down in there. Don't let nobody know you did it. Just put it back. Kind of put some of that like that. So your guests, when you have guests, doesn't matter here. I tell y'all, let's taste that dressing just to let that little. Yeah, it's getting done. It's fine. So now we're going to leave our top off, and we're going to put this back in there for just a little bit and let it brown. Let me check something real quick. See, our cranberry sauce is, I'm just going to put it in the microwave and nuke it just for a second. Like 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Now it'll take a little longer than that. Let me, hold on. We'll nuke that for just, about 30 seconds or something. This I don't know about. We'll have to check this. Now I'm not going to burn my mouth, so it'll just lay over here and cool till I get this here done. Let that sit there for. Lord, I can't find nothing today. It's going to have those ice crystals kind of in it, but if you're just kind of, because you've got it already starting to thaw. I see some of that's thawed. That's got some big old berries in it. This is the way I've been doing cranberry sauce, and I guess my grandmother did, and whoever else did, mother did. You know, you could take a, this is the unsweet now. This had that Aldi sweetener in it. Same as this. Sometimes the sucralose, sometimes the sweetener will be less. So you have to check it once it comes out of the refrigerator. See how pretty that is? Let's taste it and just see. Probably need to add, get a different spoon. Get a new spoon. Probably go ahead and add us about a teaspoon more of the sucralose. Mix that in. Because you want to get rid of that bitterness. And cranberries are just naturally bitter if you don't get enough sugar in them. But I wanted to do it this way, so that's why I didn't put as much in the first go around, because I knew I could add it later on. Now let's take a little bite and see. But much better. Much better. Okay, I just tasted the carrots. They're good. That's good, y'all. So, I told you I'm going to take part of those. Probably take part of those. And I don't need the whole, I'm not going to use the whole pan. I'm just going to get enough out for us. Some buttered carrots and peas. And then I'm going to split this, and I'm going to use the rest of this week, and might be a pork, see, we got that left. That'll make a good soup. That'll make a good, if you want to, you can strain it and go ahead and put it into a chicken pot pie, or in a croute in your crust. So there's a lot of things you can do with that. We'll just set that right there. Let's get these. Turn this off. Let me get a this will take her there. Now let us get some with vegetables. I like using homemade butter. So there's a piece of homemade butter. We'll just stick that down in there. We'll just stick that down in there. Put a little few vegetables on top of it, hot vegetables, and that'll melt that butter by the time you get ready. Okay, we're going to brown that. So, let me try that. I'm getting a little aftertaste on that. Let me rinse this one off. I'm getting a little aftertaste on this and make sure that this is right before I serve it. It's good. See, once that sets a little bit, you can always tell. We've got our butter down in there melting on our vegetables. Homemade butter. There's a video on that homemade butter if y'all ever get whipped cream or any kind of cream that you can't use. Make you some butter. It's easy. Easy and good. Don't got all those preservatives in it. Okay, so now we've got our butter in there. We've got our cranberry there. We're waiting on our pork and dressing. That's what we're waiting on, is our pork and dressing. I've been trying to get things kind of cleaned up around here. I took that chef down and I took some of the francoma out. I've still got oodles of it. This is my favorite piece of this francoma. This milk pitcher. I love it. And I like that one too, but I just like the milk pitcher. And then I've got a bunch of smaller things. I'm trying to downsize, but you can't downsize if you have nowhere to put it, and if it's too good to put in the trash, or I guess I can have a estate sale, or because that's what it would be. It's too good for garage sale, most of it. Maybe estate sale. I just don't know what to do with it. And after I gave up my career to be a caregiver, I was going to have another antique store, restaurant antique store, but I just can't do it. With my health and Mother's health and me having to take care of her, you know, it's just kind of like with my teeth. I set out to have those implants and all that, but, you know, they cost money. And so I've had to put them on the back burner because certain things come aboard and you do what you have to do in life. If your kids need something, it's just like with my mother. If she needs something, it's first. It's first with me, just like it would be with my children, or they come first. Everybody might, you know, but my mother really does come first. So that's why I made this pork and dressing, because she loves dressing. She loves anything: turkey dressing, ham and dressing, pork and dressing. Not squirrel dressing. My mother would not eat a squirrel or anything like that. She won't hardly even eat a piece. Well, she'll eat fried catfish, but nothing else. She's real particular about her food. Okay, I heard the oven go off. It's hot, hot, hot. Ooh, that's a hot hottie. Hotsy totsy. Get one of our restaurant spoons and get one of the Haviland plates and put that on there, and let's just see how easy that come out, because you can tell it's not still wet, you know. Get a piece of pork. Get a piece of that good pork right there. There's a big piece of pork. And we'll get some carrots and mixed vegetables with the good homemade butter. And let me get a little serving spoon for the cranberry. Let's see. We'll get a cranberry spoon for the cranberry. I'll just put some cranberry right there on the side. Now that's going to be our meal. I've already got I made Mother a glass of iced tea with a straw. And so this is what we're having. We're going to have pork and dressing. We're going to have the mixed vegetables from the matchstick carrots that I got for 99 cents a bag. And we've got the cranberry sauce that I made. It's the first of the year that I've had in the freezer. There's videos on that. And there's videos on the homemade butter. So I hope y'all have a good rest of your Sunday and a good week. God bless you. God bless us. God bless the United States. God bless all these people and all this turmoil that's going on. And I want to say, I wish y'all was here to eat with us. Bye-bye.